everybody. My name is Miss Georgia, and I'm here inside the Cameron Art Museum. And we are so excited to be a part of Smart Start's Family Festival. So thank you so much for joining us today on our special art lesson and art project. So you can see behind me is a beautiful quilt. This quilt was created in 1850, so it is 170 years old. Isn't that incredible? And it still looks absolutely beautiful. This quilt is hanging in our Hughes wing as a part of our She Persists exhibition. So an exhibition is a large group of artwork that is displayed in the same room or the same series of rooms. And our exhibition, She Persists, is a collection of all female artists. So everything in the room I'm sitting in today was created by a woman, as was this quilt behind me. Now, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily think that a quilt is a work of art, but all kinds of things can be a work of art. Do you have a quilt at home? Was your quilt maybe made by your mother or your grandmother or somebody else in your family? A quilt is a work of art that is also something that you can use. A quilt can be wrapped around you and make you feel cozy and warm and secure. A quilt can tell a story. A quilt can show us a beautiful design like the tulip design behind me, and that is why it's a work of art, because it's something beautiful that we can appreciate on a lot of levels. So today we're going to read a quick book called The Quilt, and it's all about the different things that you can see inside certain quilts, the designs, the images, and then I'm going to show you an example of a handmade quilt by a local woman named Bobby Fitzsimmons, and then I'm going to show you how to do a paper quilt and put your own creative touches on it. So we will begin with our book, The Quilt. I have a new quilt. It's to go on my new grown-up bed. My mother and father made it for me. They used some of my old things. Here are my first curtains and my crib sheet. Sally is laying on my baby pajamas. Can you all see Sally? Sally is her little blue stuffed animal laying on her quilt. And like the little girl says, a quilt can be made out of all different types of materials. That's the shirt I wore on my second birthday. This piece is from my favorite pants. They got too small. The cloth my mother used to make Sally is here somewhere. I can't find it now. I know I won't be able to go to sleep tonight. It almost looks like a little town. And you can see with her quilt, each pattern is different. It's not the same pattern over and over again like the one behind me. It's a pattern that tells a story. You can see her looking at her quilt and seeing all different kinds of wonderful imaginative places and things. I can't find Sally. There she is looking through her quilt for her blue stuffed animal. Maybe she's here. What does that look like to you? Where do you think that little girl has just gone in her imagination? She wouldn't like it here. Sally! What if someone took her home? Sally! And now you can see all the different houses she's imagining inside her quilt. If she hid here, I'd never find her. Sally! What do you see in this picture? Can you see different colors? Can you see different shapes? What does it look like to you? What a scary tunnel. I'll run through fast. Sally, 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 Sally. Have you ever been inside a tunnel? Have you ever noticed how sounds change when you're inside a tunnel? She wouldn't be here. She doesn't like water. Sally! If you look, you can see all the boats on the lake with the hills behind it. This is worse than the tunnel. Sally! Look at where she's gone in her imagination now. Do you find that a little scary too? Or does it look like somewhere fun you'd like to play hide and seek in? Can you all see her now? Can you find her blue teddy bear, Sally? Or I think it's actually a doggy. She's right down there. Good morning, Sally. So that was the story of the quilt, and it shows you how you can see all kinds of things inside a quilt. And I want to show you another example of a quilt. And this was made and designed by children just like you. We had lots of children come here one day last year with their families, and everybody designed their own quilt square. So I'll hold this up for you so you can see all the cool designs that people came up with. And sometimes people did pictures of their family or things they liked, or just of designs. And then our friend Miss Bobby sewed it all together to make one big beautiful quilt. But you can see that each quilt square tells a different story and is special in a different way. So today what we're going to do, excuse me, is we are going to talk about ways that you can make your own quilt just using paper. So let me put our very special quilt to the side. Now all you need to do this paper quilt is some sheets of construction paper. You will also need some glue. A glue bottle or a glue stick will work just fine. A pair of scissors, safe scissors. Make sure your parents are there to help you with the scissors. And then some crayons, which you should find in your Family Fest bag. And then if you want, you can add other things to decorate with. Markers, you can use a ruler to make straight lines. Anything that you have in your house can be added to make your design special. So what we're going to do today is make 4 simple quilt squares that you then can decorate with anything you want. You can glue magazines onto it. You can take things from your home that mean something to you, again with your family's permission, and glue it on and make your own design. So first you're going to choose the color that is your background. So I'll choose red. And then you're going to take another color and you're going to fold it. First you're going to fold it long ways, and then you're going to fold it sideways like this. And then along the folded side, you're going to want to cut out about 1 inch like this. And I will demonstrate to you how. And if you make a mistake the first time, don't worry. All you need is one more piece of paper. And then you'll be able to fix it. Because the fun thing about art is that sometimes the coolest things happen when we make things that at first seem like a mistake. And now you have 4 little quilt squares. And you're going to glue that. You're going to place it first on your background color. And then you're going to use your glue. And remember with glue, the rule is dot, dot, not a lot. So you don't need a ton of glue for this. Maybe put the glue in the corners or put a thin line around the edges of your square. And then you'll glue it down and you'll hold it with your hands to make sure that the glue attaches. And then you will have your own quilt square to work from. And then that's when the real fun begins, because then you can start designing the pieces and the drawings and the colors and the shapes that you're going to put inside your quilt square. And if you have fun doing this, guess what? You can do it again and again and again, so that before you know it, you have a large quilt made out of paper, just like the big quilt behind me. And remember, when you're making the art, have fun, enjoy the little silly things that seem to have gone wrong, because that's going to make for a really beautiful and special art project. So thank you guys so much for doing this art project with me today. And thank you again to Smart Start and the Family Fest. I know you guys have lots of different fun things to do. So thank you again so much, and we hope to see you someday soon. Bye, everybody.